Hello my friends, Railgan is here again with another ZvZ. Today we're having a look at this game that I played against Caritas, a GM Zerg on the Uriel, and I want to talk a little bit about the relationship of Roach, Hydra and Lurker. You might have noticed I said Roach twice. It was intentional because we're having a look at how does Roach fare against the composition of Roach, Hydra, Lurker. So pure Roach with a little bit of Ravager against the Lurker tech. For starters, I'm going for a normal quote unquote hatch first opener and nothing else special. There's not going to be that many exciting things happen in the early game, but the follow-ups are what is going to be really interesting. My opponent is defending over here with 4 links. I got some links of my own, scouting, seeing the double queen, immediately moving my overlord away, going for the fast third base into Baning Nest, building some additional links for defense. My opponent is showing me a little bit of the aggression. I'm already up 8 workers as he is being quite aggressive. Morphing Banelings at home, scouting a little bit, seeing all the links that are coming my way, and I'm trying to prepare my defense. ZvZ, the most annoying matchup, mostly because of all the early aggression that is going on, as we can see here. I'm trying not to lose everything as I'm defending against his Banelings, but as you can see he has other plans, making me lose quite a few of my units. In the end though, I'm able to clean up everything, losing quite a few units, being down 10 workers total. But that does not deter us, we simply drone on up, start our lair, Roach Farm, Evolution Chamber, build a safety spine, and we drone, and we are caught up pretty much immediately. Doing a little bit of counter aggression of our own right now, as my opponent invested a lot into units and then a lot into drones. I'm now investing a little bit into units and counter attacking him, doing damage wherever I can, leaving us at a somewhat even point in the game. Now I'm starting to pump a couple of roaches, droning up a little bit here and there. I would say overall we are about even in this game. I think my lair... No, we are actually... He has the lair done, I have the lair done. My roach speed is a little bit later, but nothing major is happening. We're both producing our units. He's droning up quite a bit more right now, because he hasn't fully droned up his third base, but I already have. So I have a minor drone lead. What is important is that I'm getting the missile upgrade, the roach speed, and that I'm not getting a 6 gas right now. I think I will get that eventually. And what is also important is that I get a fast fourth base. I'm scouting for my opponent's 4th and I see it, so I'm trying to go and punish that. In order to make roaches work against Roach, Hydra, Lurker, it's important that I'm putting on a lot of pressure on him, because if I do not put on pressure, my opponent is able to use the defender's advantage with roaches, and in the end the superior Lurker tech to simply overrun my army. I'm also taking care of that watchtower there, so I can actually see if he would try to go for a flank. Having vision on his army as well. 1 Ravager is being built right now. You can tell by the army supply that I'm quite a bit ahead army value wise. But his units are on his side of the map, whereas mine have to walk all the way across the map. So while I do have a small roach lead of 8 roaches, it's also the case that my roaches are mostly, well, they're mostly here, but a lot of them are still on the way, right, walking over there. So I do have an advantage, but not all my units are in their place yet. Trying to go for this fast snipe on his space right there. I'm able to take it out. Then I'm also able to get a somewhat okay-ish trade over here, killing a couple of his units. And here we see. Right now I can already tell that he's going for the Lurker tech. I mean, of course, I do see the Lurkers morphing just now. Saw them with my overlord. If you check my vision, I cannot actually see them right now. I see the one over here though, so I know he already has a Lurker done. What is important is that at this point in the game, I kind of expected him to go for something like this, but I didn't know when. And it turns out now is when he's going for it. So what do I need? I need Ravagers to kill the Lurkers. I need Overlords, or rather Overseers, so I can detect them. and I need Overseer speed so I can actually get my Overseers in place. What I also need is to use my superior economy so I can actually outpower him, because I cannot beat Roach Hydra Lurker, a superior composition to mine, if I use the same units that my opponent does. So right here I'm trying to take as good of a trade as I can. I should have tried to bile that Lurker, but I didn't actually see it burrow, so I couldn't quite tell where it was. If we check the units lost count, we are about even. I'm still slightly ahead in supply, and if we check the income tab, I'm also slightly ahead. I see that he's moving out across the map right now, morphing an Overseer here. He does not kill this Overseer, which is going to be a big issue. Here we go. Sniping those two Lurkers immediately. Sniping that Lurker as well, and all of a sudden his entire Roach Hydra Lurker army got demolished. Let's have another quick look at what happened. So, while he was fighting me on his side of the map, he had the defender's advantage, right? He had all his units there, so it was obviously very easy for him to defend. I do not counterattack him right now because there's the chance that he has like a Lurker here, and then all of my units take a lot of damage and I lose the fight on my side of the map as well. So instead I wait, go home and try to defend. Now his units, a lot of them, they're walking across the map, right? We're now in this, he's now in the same situation that I was, and I have the defender's advantage. So I snipe the Lurker, I clean up all his units here, and all of a sudden it looks like I'm able to roll him. However, now he has the defender's advantage again, so by the time my units walked across the map, a lot of his units are home again as well. So here we're going to use a small trick to actually win us the game. Sorry. Hope that wasn't too loud. Monka S. Somebody called me. Never call Railgan while he's trying to record something. For the future, Railgan will remember to mute his phone. Anyways, where was I? So I'm gonna go back a little bit, just one bit. So what we're gonna do right here, move our Overseers on top of this ramp, and I'm dropping the changelings. What I'm trying to accomplish with these changelings is to cut off his reinforcements. I could also put changelings here, but what this does is that his units kind of get stuck over here, like the Lurker cannot move down because the Hydralisk is already there, and the changelings block the Lurker from moving down, so he doesn't have a Lurker in this fight where he should have. Eventually he's able to kind of squeeze his units down there, but it's little things like that that will really help you in the fight. You should not focus on those things if you cannot get the rest of the things to work, but it can be a really nice addition. What I did then was I fought him over here until I kind of noticed that his army was getting big enough to somewhat push me back, and then I realized that his Lurker is a very positional unit, right? If it's over here, he can like cover this area somewhat. But if I move down here and just take out this gold base, then that will not only seal the game, but it also means that he has to move the Lurker around. And then I eventually surround him, finish him off, and I end the game. So that is how I play pretty much pure Roach with a little bit of Ravager against Roach Hydra Lurker. Hope you enjoyed this game. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!